Well, g'day guys, and thanks for tuning in once again. You can probably tell today that I'm not back in one of my usual seascape locations that I have been in the last few videos. I'm in New Zealand. We only arrived in New Zealand yesterday, so I've only been here just over 24 hours. We didn't really do much yesterday, just went to the hotel, relaxed. It was raining, the weather wasn't great, so I'm here with my partner Lisa. We're here for a couple of weeks. We're doing a couple of our autumn landscape photography workshops. Our first one starts in a few days. So today we've just taken the opportunity to just go for a little bit of a look about, a little bit of exploring around, just checking out a few scenes, and we've already found some fantastic scenes for the workshops that are coming up. So we're excited about that. The weather yesterday and today hasn't been great. Some pretty overcast skies. There's been rain showers on and off, but all in all, hasn't really stopped us from doing anything. We've still been able to get out and get around and have a look. You can probably see there's some really nice fall colours behind me here, or autumn colours. In other areas we've been, there's been some stunning colours. So I'm just going to see how we go video wise. We've got a few spare days, so we've got a plan to do a few bits and pieces over these next couple of days. So I'll just sort of do an intro video now, and I'm not sure how this will go, whether we'll have a series of a few videos or whether we'll just compress it all into one video. But we're in New Zealand. We'll definitely get some good photos. It's my favourite place on earth. I'm passionate about this place. I love it. I used to live here, and I'd still love to live here again. It's one of those places where I always seem to be able to come up with some good photos, and that's not saying I'm a good photographer. Anyone can take good photos here. It's a beautiful place. So that's the intro. It's just starting to rain again as we speak. It's only quite light, but you can probably see this scene straight behind me here is actually quite a nice scene, and if it's not raining, there's a bit of a nice reflection on this little pond here behind me. So yeah, we'll get down to it, and hopefully able to show you some beautiful scenery in New Zealand, and also some really good images, and maybe even a few tips and tricks along the way while we're here in New Zealand. Okay, so I've actually framed up a shot here, and I've just taken it actually, a shot that I'm actually really enjoying. I'll get down here to my camera and see if I've already taken the shot. I've actually taken it as two images, which I will blend together, so I've focus stacked it. So I've taken one image where I'm focused on these foreground grasses, and a second image, I'll just stand up. Second image where I'm focused on the trees on the other side of the lagoon here. You can probably see this shot. It's pretty nice, very nice. You've got the mountain on. I sort of zoomed this in. It's at about 18 millimeters. I'm on my 16 to 35 wide angle. There's lots of elements. I've got the tripod down lower. You can probably see there. The reason I've done that is because I don't want too much of that mid-ground. So the mid-ground is the water. The water's really nice and appealing, but you don't want that to take up too much of the frame. So that's the reason why I've got down a bit lower. So I've got the foreground, a nice leading curve leading out to the trees, really beautiful reflection, nice big mountain in the background there, and some very moody sky. There is in fact some big mountains here behind us, but you're not seeing those at the moment. And these mountains out here to the left have actually got a bit of snow on top of them, but you can't see that because we've got a lot of that low cloud. But if this shot works out, I'm going to show it to you now. I think it might, so you might see it now. So just to talk you through this shot, if you wanted to know the settings, so it's f11. I'm using a 6-stop ND. I'm using a Nissi circular polarizer, of course. I haven't used much polarization here, just a little bit, just to take a little bit of the glare off the water, and I'll probably darken down the sky in post-processing. F11, 30 seconds, ISO 200, 6-stop filter. I'm pretty much just shooting for the highlights, so I'm shooting it. The sky's quite bright, and there's some pretty bright highlights out there in the middle of the frame on the mountains at the back, so I'm just watching that I don't blow those highlights out. So in the end, I was actually really happy with the way these images turned out, and I'm just going to talk you through these images, and the reason why I think these images work quite well is because of colour contrast. There's two very dominant colours in both images, and that is of course blue and yellow, and blue and yellow are complementary colours, so they're always going to go well together and give you really nice contrast. So I've played on that a little bit with the warmer yellows and then cooling the blue tones down a bit. Also with this image, I decided to crop this one into a 4x5. I think as a normal 3x2 image, it just had a little bit too much foreground there, and it works well as a 4x5. It just pulls you into the background of the image that little bit more. Okay guys, well that's going to end this video. I'm going to call this one short. I've only taken two images, two focus stacked images, 2 frames on each image, but you'll see one of those now. That's just going to give you a little taster of New Zealand, so we'll bring a couple more videos to you at least. So thanks for tuning in. It's starting to rain. You may not be able to tell, but I've actually got my video light on. It's almost dark now, so it's pretty much just gone past sunset. So we're going to go back to town and have some dinner. So that's a good taste for New Zealand. There's more to come. Enjoy, and thanks very much for tuning in. Don't take life too seriously, and we'll see you again in the next video. And as I always say on all my YouTube videos, please do me a huge favour, make sure you leave a comment, and if you enjoy the content, then please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Take care, and we'll see you again soon.